How about we have a little chat, everybody? How does that sound? Good morning, Menham family, and welcome back to the channel here. About a week ago, there was actually an article that came out actually on the news, and it's something that doesn't really happen too often, usually in the entire world, but I feel like I need to cover this, you guys. And the article actually explained that it was about a woman in Indonesia was found inside the stomach of a 22-foot reticulated python. And when I first read this article about it, you guys, it really did kind of catch me by surprise, because when you think about it though, it's crazy to think that the general public thinks, you know, many people fear snakes a lot, but usually some people say snakes kill people every single day. Now, there is a little bit of a misconception with that, and that is because a majority of snakes don't usually see people as food, but there comes to like an extremely rare occasion where a very large snake, such as a reticulated python, can consume a person. However though, now, to take one step back about that, normally all snakes in general do not see people as food. They don't. They usually see us as predators to them, because obviously we're like giants compared to most snakes, you guys. So now, to what I'm trying to discuss with you, my girl Ellie here, my children's python, you guys, she is one of the smallest snake species of pythons on the planet. And when it compares to reticulated pythons, they are the longest snake on the planet living right now. And this is not the first time an incident has occurred with somebody being eaten by a reticulated python. And you may be asking yourselves, now a majority of people out there don't realize it, but snakes are actually not really killers out there. That's why many wildlife conservationists and many other reptile keepers out there are trying to do, is to tell the public the actual truth about these amazing animals. They don't see people usually as food, guys, and if you don't believe me, you can actually look it up on the internet. And if you, like, it's literally common facts, you guys. It's kind of similar to, like, people, like other marine biologists, educating people to let them know about sharks. Sharks usually don't see people as food either, because there is a truth, actually, is that sharks, believe it or not, underwater, they don't actually have great eyesight. So, for them to identify their specific prey item, it isn't that easy for them. So, and that's why, if you guys have actually noticed in the majority of the last several years, most shark attacks that have occurred here in the United States, a majority of them were not fatal, you guys. Some of them actually were just like quick bites and the shark immediately let go, because it actually then realized is that it did not taste like its primary food source. And in majority of the time too, when there are sharks in a nearby shallow area, obviously there's lifeguards on duty out there, and actually marine patrol out there, and usually when they're out there, they usually will put up a sign that actually tries to warn people about the sharks are in the area. So now moving on back from sharks now into the snake thing. Reticulated pythons are obviously the longest snake on the planet. Now this is not a python, by the way, this is Lucy, my garter snake. So now reticulated pythons actually are known to be like very, very big snakes, you guys. I have seen it myself, you guys. You've noticed that before. But they're actually usually pretty docile animals, though. They rarely attack people, you guys, because they usually like to stay away from people. That's what a majority of also wildlife does, usually stay away from people. And for this to occur, it's a pretty rare coincidence, you guys. So, according to the article, the woman was actually on her way to work that morning, and I guess somehow she stumbled across paths with this 22-foot python, and it consumed her. Her body was unfortunately found inside the snake's body, so, and listen, I'm not saying it was the lady's fault, you guys. I think maybe there was just a bit of a miscalculation, I think, with the animal, and since this was, and obviously, it's really hard to explain it, you guys, and I feel like even a majority of people that don't know much about reptiles out there, they're still going to be judgmental about all this and stuff. But the last time somebody was ever consumed whole by a snake, you guys, I believe it was back in 2019 it was. So, when you think about it, that shows how kind of rare something like that occurs, you know? This isn't once every month thing, you guys, it's not. It's probably occurs once every few years. Now, obviously, there is not that many people that live in Indonesia, so now for a large snake like a 22-foot reticulated python to live out there, it's not surprising, you guys, but I think maybe if somebody accidentally like stepped on the animal and she didn't even the lady didn't realize it or something, it probably triggered it as a defense response, you guys. But obviously, since there were no witnesses on exactly on what happened right there at the incident of the attack, we can't prove exactly what was the cause of it. So there has to be a reason on why the snake attacked her and ate her. So, and it's not just because out of like hunting instincts, you guys. There has to be more to it than just that. So, and like I said, there were no witnesses of the incident, so we don't know exactly what happened. But regardless though, it's always best to actually be on alert, especially if you're out in the wilderness, you guys, and always carry something to protect yourself, you know, whether if there's bears, cougars in your area, or even an alligator, just in case, you guys. It's always carry a weapon for self-defense. But with that being said though, this lady was just not really prepared for something like this. So, and again, no witnesses at the event, you guys, so we don't know exactly how it all started. So it's just an article now these days, you guys, and all we can do is just move forward with it. So, but hopefully this is a lesson learned actually from this lady, you guys, well, to the locals as well. Just be cautious out there. If you do encounter a snake in the wild, but you guys don't know what kind it is, a majority of us have said it before, just leave the snake where it's at, you guys, and just continue on your way, and it'll leave you alone. So, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lucy? You are so funny. You want to go on my bed? You want to crawl on my bed? Here, I'll set you down. Oh. Sorry about that. Anywho though, so I hope you guys understand that. I'm not trying to say snakes are killers. They are not killing machines, you guys. They're, again, but we just don't know exactly on how it all happened, you know? Like we said, there were no witnesses to the incident on exactly when it happened. It's just she was just found reported missing. So, and I guess a local not too far away found the 20-foot snake with a huge lump in its stomach. So I guess that's all we can say about it for now, but all we can do is to not educate the public out there, to let them know is it's just best to respect nature in its privacy out there. So, and of course, since, you know, a majority of the residents in Indonesia live alongside with the wildlife out there, you know, something like that is probably gonna happen. And it's just, what can we do, you know? All we can do is just not acknowledge the people to let them know. It's just be careful out there, you know? Especially if the animal looks harmless out there, it's always best to maybe just observe it from a distance and let it be on its way. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and actually get Lucy back in her cage before she gets a little bit too curious. My girl Ariel, you guys, has waited so patiently to get her dinner all day long, so. Alright, girl. Oh, yep, here she comes. Come on, girl. I know you want it. Yeah. Way to go. Never gets old, you guys. She's just absolutely a powerhouse feeder. That is just absolutely wonderful. So watching my girl Ariel eat her, this literally big mouse, everybody, is kind of reminding me of the incident that I'm telling you guys about. Obviously, there's a difference between a reticulated python and a corn snake, the big difference. But realistically, reticulated pythons in the wild normally would eat something usually not as large as a human being, you guys. That's very, very unusual. So usually most retics usually go after something nothing usually larger than a wild pig, you know, because a wild pig, you guys, for a reticulated python 15-20 foot long, that's gonna actually be a good meal for it for close to a month, you guys. So the snake won't have to eat for a while, for weeks. And really, to hear somebody get eaten by this thing, that is just, it's still unusual, you guys. So, and obviously there is a whole lot that really needs to be dug in depth about this investigation, you know. Obviously, like I said, there were no witnesses to the crime on what exactly happened, but unfortunately all we can do is just move forward with it. So, but regardless though, watching my girl eat here kind of speculates to me that I don't think the snake meant to intentionally go after this woman. I think maybe it kind of had a misidentification, and the snake probably thought of it was probably some kind of animal at first, probably like a deer or a pig, you know. So, and a majority of time, you guys, is that reticulated pythons, they are very smart snakes, literally one of the smartest snakes actually that has been recorded on Earth. But I do believe maybe it was immunity. I don't know, you guys. It's just hard to explain it, this story, you know. But there's really limited information about this, so I don't know. But let me know what you guys think caused the snake to attack her. What you guys think in the comments below. So, but regardless, I'm gonna go ahead actually and leave my girl alone because I don't think she feels comfortable being me around her. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let her enjoy her dinner. So last night, you guys, me, Kaya, Damien, and my little brother decided to go ahead and do a little bit of trick-or-treating for Halloween, you guys, because to be totally honest with you, I haven't done a whole lot of trick-or-treating in years, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, in my area where I live, I've never done trick-or-treating before. Last year I did do a little trick-or-treating though with Damien and Kaya, but that was out by where their place is at. So, but this year in my neighborhood, it was the first time ever doing it. So, and so far the candy we got wasn't actually too shabby, to be honest with you. Even though I was hoping maybe a little bit more than this, so, but regardless though, we still had a good night, you guys. It was actually unusually warm too, so, oh, look at what we got here, everybody. We got Mr. Funny Pants over here. Yeah, you think that candy's gonna be good for you? And no, it ain't. It ain't gonna be healthy for you, young man. No, it ain't. And no, it ain't. I love this cat so much. He's so curious about a lot of things I do. Yeah, you been a good boy, huh? Were you a good boy? Halloween cat. Meow. He literally is our Halloween cat at this house, you guys. He's just absolutely a cutie pie, so. But tell me how your guys' Halloween night went. Was it really good? Was it kind of disappointing? Or was it just, you know, stay at home and watch movies or something? But regardless though, I thought tonight, well, not tonight, but Halloween night in general, I thought it did pretty good this year. So the way to conclude this vlog to discuss on, like, if snakes really prey on people as a primary food source, is that in reality, snakes don't really see people as food. And I get that this really did happen just recently, but I do think this maybe was a bit of a misunderstanding with the animal, because some people need to realize is that snakes are ambush hunters, you know, and they do not just all of a sudden go out scurrying around looking for people to see as food, you guys. That's not what they do not do, you guys. They sit and wait until a decent sized prey item that they see is quickly that's right in front of them. They gotta take that opportunity, you guys. So, and who knows why the snake went after this person. We don't know exactly why it did. We don't know if maybe if the snake went on a hunger strike for months, you guys, because there has been histories of some big snakes going on a hunger strike for months. And maybe this was its first meal and so on. It was very hungry, so, but I don't know, you guys. There could be other explanations, I'm sure, that are out there. So nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this vlog up here, everybody. I hope you guys understand that really we're not the media's kind of out there trying to portray snakes sometimes as villains, but as a reptile lover myself, you guys, me and many other reptile enthusiasts out there want to let the public know the truth about these animals. They are not killing machines, you guys. They don't go after people 24/7, and really a majority of the time, they just want to stay away from us people, because they know we are man, and they know a majority of the time they fear us. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So regardless, gonna go ahead and end this vlog here for the night, everybody. I'll see y'all in the next one.